a lot of major American cities are run by Democrats, and that's not to stir up a sense of divisiveness. I think that's an accurate representation. This battle in New York between the governor and the mayor, what are New Yorkers saying about this? How ashamed are you that your governor is blaming your police department for the rioters and the looters, and not addressing, again, the big picture about why people are protesting? Listen, I'm the first to say that it must be horrifying for a young black kid in America to see George Floyd be killed while 3 other officers watched. And again, wonder, could that happen to me? Could I be next? To hear Senator Tim Scott talk about being pulled over repeatedly as a freshman senator in D.C., driving while black. That doesn't mean you throw a garbage can through the front of a building and burn down a store. And it's not, I mean, I'll get to Cuomo here in just a moment, but you got to understand that a lot of the darlings of the left, a lot of the stars of progressivism on TV, they're even suggesting that rioting and looting is acceptable. You just heard the New York Times. You know how prominent the New York Times is to liberals? How about CNN? Chris Cuomo. Listen to him last night. This is incredible. And incidentally, fun fact, the New York governor's brother suggesting that if you're taking to the streets, peacefulness really doesn't have to be a top priority. Listen to this on CNN.
Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets: persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful, because I can show you that outraged citizens are the ones who have made America what she is and led to any major milestones.
Now, if the equivalent, I know the left hates Fox News. Believe me, they would be writing for days about a Fox News anchor suggesting that people should be violent when they take to the streets. But that's exactly what you just heard that guy do. That's literally, well, where does it say they have to be peaceful? We don't need peaceful protests. We need buildings up in flames, police cars overturned, police officers shot and killed. You see the video of the officer, the retired cop in St. Louis? Murdered by looters? I don't know why that isn't a concern for Chris Cuomo or Andrew Cuomo for that matter. Listen to this. Blaming the NYPD. I really thought I've heard it all. I really thought I've heard it all. Here's the governor of New York yesterday and what he said about the New York City Police Department and New York's mayor.
The NYPD and the mayor did not do their job last night. I believe that. Second, you have 38,000 NYPD people. It is the largest police department in the United States of America. Use 38,000 people and protect property. Use the police, protect property and people. Look at the videos. It was a disgrace.
Wow. Now, you know why Governor Cuomo's doing that. He's terrified that President Trump would look successful by saying, we're going to send in the troops. Now, thankfully, that's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want Trump to be riding in on a white horse and saying, we're going to send in the military and the National Guard. Fortunately, the NYPD chief, Terrence Monahan, responded. Here's what he said in reply.
Tell Andrew Cuomo to get out on the streets with us. Take a look at the cops that are out there, cops that are bleeding to keep the city. I'm all caught up from this thing. We are out there on the streets doing our job. Tell Andrew Cuomo to set up a law that when we catch a kid burglarizing a store, looting the business, that he's not going to be back out on the street doing it again the next day. That's what bail reform has done to us in this police department.
you know what he's talking about. Bail reform is what Democrat legislators in New York came up with. These protesters that are and rioters and looters, they're getting thrown in jail, thankfully, but they get out the next day because of bail reform. They don't want people who break the laws, like jumping turnstiles and, I don't know, looting, to have to spend any discernible time in jail. And of course, there's COVID. We don't want them to get sick behind bars. Honest to goodness, some of this stuff just leaves me speechless, but you fill in the blanks, please. I need your voice right now. White, black, green, I don't care. Join me. 1-800-655-MIKE.